Did you know that after the age of 60, your body begins losing muscle at a rate that can quietly steal your strength, balance, and independence year after year, even if your weight stays the same? Most people think weakness in old age is inevitable, but the truth is far more unsettling and far more hopeful at the same time. What's really happening is not normal aging. It's a silent process called muscle wasting, and it accelerates when your body stops getting the right type of protein in the right way. The dangerous part is that it doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, almost invisibly. One day you notice it's harder to open a jar. Then stairs feel heavier. Then standing up from a chair takes effort. And before you realize it, your confidence starts shrinking along with your muscle mass. But here's the part no one tells you. This process is not only preventable, it's reversible if you know what to eat and when to eat it. And no, it doesn't require expensive supplements, complicated diets, or spending hours in the gym. In fact, some of the most powerful muscle-building foods for people over 60 are sitting quietly in your grocery store right now, ignored because they aren't trendy or marketed aggressively. Today, you're going to learn exactly which foods those are, why they work so well for aging muscles, and how to use them in a way that actually rebuilds strength instead of wasting your effort. The problem most seniors face is not a lack of food, it's a lack of usable protein. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using protein, a condition known as anabolic resistance. This means you can eat what feels like a normal amount of protein and still lose muscle. That's why so many people say, "I eat plenty, but I'm still getting weaker." It's not your imagination. Your muscles are literally resisting the signals that tell them to grow. And unless you change the type of protein you eat and how you eat it, that decline continues year after year. But here's the encouraging part. Research now shows that specific foods can flip that switch back on. Not supplements, not powders. Real foods that trigger muscle protein synthesis even in older adults. That's exactly what we're covering today. This video is designed for people over 60 who want to stay strong, steady, and independent. Not bodybuilders. Not athletes. Real people who want to carry groceries without strain, walk upstairs without fear, and get up from a chair without using their arms. We're going to walk through 7 cheap, high-protein foods that do exactly that. These foods are ranked from helpful to life-changing based on how well they stimulate muscle growth, how easy they are to digest, and how affordable they are for everyday use. Each one has a specific reason it works, and I'll show you exactly how to eat it for maximum benefit. Before we get into the first food, let me ask you something important. When was the last time you felt truly strong? Not just healthy, but strong. Strong enough to move confidently, lift things without thinking, and trust your body to support you. If it's been a while, that's not your fault. Most advice given to seniors focuses on restriction instead of rebuilding. Eat less, move less, be careful. But the human body was never designed to weaken with age. It was designed to adapt. And today, you're going to learn how to give it the signal to do exactly that. Let's start with a truth that surprises most people. Muscle loss after 60 is not caused by aging alone. It's caused by insufficient protein quality and timing. You could be eating 3 meals a day and still be starving your muscles. That's because older bodies need a higher quality of protein to trigger muscle repair. Not more food, better food. Specifically, foods rich in leucine and complete amino acids that activate muscle growth pathways. When those signals are absent, your body begins breaking down muscle tissue to fuel basic functions. This is why falls become more common. This is why recovery takes longer. This is why energy levels drop. The good news is that once you correct this, the body responds quickly. In studies, seniors who changed their protein intake saw improvements in strength within weeks, not months. And the changes didn't require extreme diets or exercise programs. They simply ate the right foods consistently. Now let's begin with the first food on the list, one that almost everyone has seen but few people use correctly. Food number 7 is eggs, but not the way most people eat them. Eggs are one of the most complete protein sources on Earth, containing all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need. What makes eggs especially powerful for people over 60 is their leucine content. Leucine is the amino acid that flips the switch for muscle building. Without enough leucine, protein just passes through your body without doing much. One large egg contains about half a gram of leucine. And when eaten correctly, it sends a powerful signal to your muscles to repair and grow. The mistake most people make is eating only egg whites or overcooking their eggs. The yolk contains vital nutrients like vitamin D, choline, and healthy fats that help your body absorb protein more effectively. When you throw the yolk away, you're throwing away half the benefit. Soft-cooked eggs are ideal because they preserve heat-sensitive nutrients while remaining easy to digest. For best results, eat 2 to 3 whole eggs in the morning or early afternoon, when your body is most receptive to protein. This timing matters more than most people realize. In the morning, your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients after hours of fasting. Giving them high-quality protein at this time can significantly slow muscle loss. Another benefit of eggs is how easy they are to digest. As we age, stomach acid levels decrease, making it harder to break down dense proteins like beef or pork. Eggs digest quickly and deliver amino acids efficiently, which is exactly what aging muscles need. People who start eating eggs consistently often notice improved energy, stronger grip strength, and less fatigue within weeks. And unlike protein powders, eggs don't cause bloating or digestive discomfort. But eggs alone are not enough. They are a foundation, not a complete solution. That's why the next food is so important. Food number 6 is Greek yogurt. And this one plays a special role in muscle preservation because of how slowly it digests. Greek yogurt is rich in casein protein, which releases amino acids gradually over several hours. This makes it perfect for preventing muscle breakdown, especially overnight. One of the biggest causes of muscle loss in older adults is what happens during sleep. When you go hours without protein, your body starts breaking down muscle tissue for energy. This process is called nocturnal muscle catabolism, and it accelerates with age. Eating Greek yogurt before bed creates a slow, steady supply of amino acids that protects your muscles while you sleep. Studies show that older adults who consume protein before bed maintain more muscle mass than those who don't, even without exercise. The key is choosing plain, full-fat Greek yogurt with live cultures. Avoid flavored versions loaded with sugar, as they spike insulin and reduce the muscle-building effect. Adding a small amount of ground flaxseed or berries can improve digestion and nutrient absorption, but the yogurt itself is the star. 1 cup provides around 20 grams of high-quality protein that your body can use throughout the night. Many people report waking up feeling less stiff and more stable after making this a nightly habit. Now here's where things get interesting, because the next food on the list does something completely different. Food number 5 is bone broth. Not the boxed kind with artificial flavors, but real bone broth made from simmered bones. Bone broth is rich in collagen, glycine, and proline, which support the connective tissues that hold your muscles together. As you age, your body produces less collagen, which is why joints feel weaker and movements feel less stable. This isn't just about comfort. Weak connective tissue increases the risk of falls and injuries. Bone broth helps rebuild that internal support system. It doesn't directly build muscle the way protein does, but it creates the environment your muscles need to function properly. When tendons and ligaments are strong, muscles can contract more efficiently. People who consume bone broth regularly often notice reduced joint pain, improved mobility, and faster recovery after activity. The best way to use bone broth is as a daily supplement, not a meal replacement. 1 cup per day is enough. Homemade broth is ideal, but high-quality store-bought versions can work if they're low in sodium and free from additives. Drinking it warm in the afternoon or evening works well and can even help with sleep due to its glycine content. At this point, you might be noticing a pattern. None of these foods are exotic, none are expensive, but when combined, they create a powerful foundation for rebuilding strength. Now, before we continue to the next group of foods, let me ask you something important. Are you eating enough protein at breakfast, or are you starting your day with toast, cereal, or coffee alone? Because that one habit could be the difference between maintaining muscle and losing it. In the next section, we'll move into the foods that actively stimulate muscle growth at the cellular level, including one that most people completely overlook but can make a dramatic difference in strength within weeks. We'll also talk about why some high-protein foods actually fail in older adults, and how to avoid wasting your effort on the wrong choices. If you want to stay strong, independent, and confident well into your later years, the next part is where everything starts to come together. If you've made it this far, you already understand something most people never realize until it's too late. Muscle loss is not just about aging, and it's not something you have to accept. But now we're going to go deeper, because the next foods on this list don't just preserve muscle. They actively tell your body to rebuild it. And this is where the real transformation begins. One of the biggest myths about building muscle after 60 is that it requires heavy exercise. That belief stops millions of people from even trying. The truth is far more encouraging. Your muscles don't respond primarily to effort. They respond to signals. And those signals come from very specific nutrients that activate growth pathways inside your cells. When those pathways are triggered, your body starts repairing and strengthening muscle tissue automatically, even with light movement or daily activities. This is why some people in their 70s seem strong and energetic, while others struggle to walk across a room. It's not genetics, it's not luck, it's metabolic signaling. And the next food on this list is one of the most powerful signaling tools available. Food number 4 is cottage cheese. Most people think of cottage cheese as a bland diet food or something bodybuilders eat. But for older adults, it may be the single most effective muscle-preserving food available. Cottage cheese contains a unique combination of slow-digesting casein protein and fast-acting amino acids that provide both immediate and long-lasting muscle support. Here's what makes it so powerful. After the age of 60, your muscles become less responsive to insulin, which is one of the hormones responsible for transporting nutrients into cells. That means even when you eat protein, less of it actually gets used to rebuild muscle. Cottage cheese contains naturally occurring branched-chain amino acids that can enter muscle tissue without relying heavily on insulin. In simple terms, it bypasses one of the main barriers that aging creates. 1 cup of full-fat cottage cheese provides around 25 to 28 grams of high-quality protein. But more importantly, it provides it in a form your body can actually use. The slow digestion rate means your muscles receive a steady supply of amino acids for several hours. This makes it especially effective when eaten before bed or after light activity. Many seniors notice that when they add cottage cheese to their routine, they wake up feeling less stiff and more stable. That's not a coincidence. During sleep, your body goes into repair mode. If it has access to amino acids, it rebuilds muscle. If it doesn't, it breaks muscle down for fuel. Cottage cheese prevents that breakdown. There's another benefit most people don't know about. Cottage cheese contains calcium and phosphorus, 2 minerals that support muscle contraction and nerve signaling. Without enough of them, muscles fatigue faster and coordination declines. That shaky feeling some people get when standing up quickly is often related to mineral imbalance, not just weakness. For best results, choose full-fat cottage cheese with live cultures. Avoid low-fat versions as they often contain additives and lack the fat-soluble vitamins that help your body absorb nutrients. Eat it plain or with a small amount of fruit. Avoid mixing it with sugary toppings or refined carbohydrates, which can blunt its muscle-building effect. Now, let's move to a food that surprises almost everyone. Food number 3 is sardines. Yes, sardines. These small, inexpensive fish are one of the most powerful muscle-supporting foods you can eat, especially after 60. Sardines are loaded with complete protein, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and naturally occurring creatine. This combination is extremely rare in a single food. Creatine is especially important. It's a compound your muscles use for quick energy during movement. Younger bodies produce it easily. Older bodies do not. That's one of the reasons strength declines with age. Sardines provide creatine in a natural, highly absorbable form that directly supports muscle contraction and endurance. The omega-3 fats in sardines reduce inflammation, which is critical for muscle recovery. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent drivers of muscle loss in older adults. It interferes with protein synthesis and increases breakdown. Omega-3s counteract this effect, allowing muscles to respond more efficiently to the protein you eat. Another major advantage of sardines is their calcium content. Because they're eaten with the bones, they provide calcium in a form that's highly bioavailable. This supports both bone strength and muscle function, reducing the risk of falls and fractures. Unlike larger fish, sardines are low in mercury and high in nutrients. They're also extremely affordable, making them ideal for regular use. 2 servings per week can significantly improve muscle function over time. The best way to eat sardines is simple. Choose sardines packed in water or olive oil. Avoid heavily flavored or sweetened versions. Eat them with a squeeze of lemon or on whole grain toast. The vitamin C from lemon helps improve mineral absorption and supports connective tissue health. People who add sardines to their diet often notice improved stamina, better balance, and less muscle fatigue within a few weeks. This isn't placebo. It's the result of giving your muscles what they've been missing. Now we move to one of the most misunderstood foods on the list. Food number 2 is hemp hearts. Hemp hearts are the soft inner part of hemp seeds, and they are one of the most complete plant-based protein sources available. They contain all 9 essential amino acids, plus healthy fats that support hormone balance and muscle repair. What makes hemp hearts special is how easily they digest. As we age, our digestive enzymes decline, making it harder to extract protein from food. Hemp hearts require very little digestion. Their protein is rapidly absorbed, making them ideal for older adults with sensitive stomachs or reduced appetite. Hemp hearts also contain magnesium, which plays a crucial role in muscle relaxation and nerve function. Low magnesium levels are linked to muscle cramps, weakness, and poor recovery. Many older adults are deficient without realizing it. Another powerful component of hemp hearts is gamma-linolenic acid, a rare fatty acid that reduces inflammation and supports muscle recovery. This is especially helpful for people with joint pain or arthritis who find it difficult to stay active. The best way to use hemp hearts is simple. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Do not cook them, as heat damages their delicate fats. Store them in the refrigerator to preserve freshness. People who consistently use hemp hearts often report better energy levels,